This week's topic is who deserves the next transformation?
Yeah.
Because you won, you can go first.
Yeah, so we're basing this off, a superhero has just happened, and, we have Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo now. So this was kind of like, who's next? Who deserves the next transformation? So, my pick is maybe a bit of an obvious one, potentially. I'm basing this off the story we've known and the people who are training and actually doing stuff right now. So, my pick is Broly. I think he should get the next transformation. And it's not going to be a wild transformation, it's not going to be something over the top or anything. I'm seeing this as like a controlled fury. That's what I'm gonna call it because all these names of transformations are weird anyway. Like, who actually likes Beast Gohan? It's a bit of a weird one. Like, I was fine with Final Gohan, even though that wasn't official. But I thought, yeah, okay, that works. Even Gohan Blanco
Even
for
though
a
it
little bit.
wouldn't have been final.
Yeah,
It would have been like extreme final Gohan after that.
yeah. But Beast Gohan, I mean, it doesn't really make much sense either. He doesn't look like more of a beast. He's got white hair and red eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if they made his hair look more like a mane kind of thing, or put in like sharp teeth, kind of like the
Like
Uzaru forms.
part of Zaru or something like that.
Yeah, like give him sharpened teeth or something like that. Make him look more of a beast. Change his face shape slightly. But no, it's whatever. Anyway, not arguing that. But
Yeah.
yeah, Broly. So we haven't seen him much in Super. He's been in one film. He's had his own film, and then he had less than 10 minutes in Superhero as well. So we haven't seen much of him. But from what we have seen, he has his base form. He can go Rage mode, where he gets the green hair and everything, which is cool. Fury mode, but he can't control it. He is unleashed power, pretty much. He doesn't listen to people. He just completely in a rage. But we did see in Superhero that he is trying, at least, to control it. He's kind of doing meditation, similar to what Jiren was doing in the Tournament of Power. He is struggling a lot because he wants to be involved in fights and he needs to just sit there, kind of channeling his anger. So, yeah, I think logically it makes sense that he is next to get a new transformation. And it might not even look similar. I mean, it might look similar. Let's put it that way. It's going to look kind of similar to Fury Broly, except, Fury Broly, he's going all out. I think this one, he's a lot more calm. He's still got the green hair, the green glow, that type of stuff. He doesn't look any different. It's kind of similar to like Super Saiyan 1 to Super Saiyan 2. They don't really look different. They're just, we know they're different. So instead of just being Fury Broly, he's now controlled Broly, or controlled Rage Broly, that type of thing. And yeah, we see him, he can fight slightly differently because now he can control his anger. He fights smarter now. And yeah, I think that would work. It would make sense. It counts as a different transformation, sort of, because I still think he could, even though he has this controlled rage form, he can switch back into that fury form when he gets too angry or whatever. Maybe we see a bit of a power bump because I still think a full fury outright let's go Broly would be stronger. Whereas this controlled rage, he's still stronger than his base form, of course, but he's not full anger level going all out. That makes sense? Yeah. So, yeah, that's my pick. I'm going with Broly. So, I'm interested to know who yours is because, to be honest, when I was thinking about characters, there was a few who came to mind, and I do have a backup, which I'll talk about after your pick because you might pick them. But yeah,
So
I'm interested.
I had thought. So after you, when I was thinking mine, I thought, right, I probably lost because of your tactics. So I'm just going to go with something that I thought I want to see
All right.
more than anything else. Because I could have just said, oh, I don't know, Vegeta finally get an ultra ego in the finally get an ego in the anime, and that would be cool. No, that's not what I want to see. what I want to see is something along the lines of we've started hearing things along the lines of characters as strong as gods of destruction and stuff like that. And I
Okay.
thought that's quite interesting. Um, and we've seen Goku pushing himself and starting to get like gods, Kaioken, and everything like that. And we've seen Beerus raise his eyebrows a couple of times and getting quite annoyed.
Mm.
So we see the boys training quite often with Whis and everything like that. And one time, I just want to see them when they're getting ready to train. Beerus just hop up and just go, right, I'll join this time. And so he goes to train with Goku as Goku's trying to get involved with his Ultra Instinct once again. And Beerus just manages to hop into something along the lines of Mastered Ultra Instinct. And it just turns
Mm.
out that behind everybody's back, he's been worried about Goku catching up. And all this time, where actually they think he's been sleeping and stuff, he's actually been training with Whis because he's been worried about the catch up.
Meditating in his mind, doing those. Yeah.
And yeah, because obviously it's implied that obviously Beerus can sometimes get into Ultra Instinct
Mm.
now and then, but he's not fully mastered it. He can only partially get into it.
Mm.
So he's actually been working with Whis at times and everything. And now, through all the time behind basically Goku's back and Vegeta's back and everything like that, he's actually managed to master it. And so, because we've not seen Beerus fight in so long, and it's so, I love seeing Beerus fight.
Yeah.
He's just so cocky and cool and everything like that. And to see him doing that again, especially in like proper full Ultra Instinct,
Mm.
he would just love it. You know, he would. Like when we see Goku in Ultra Instinct, he's like just doing his dodge and everything like that. But you know, if Beerus was doing it, he'd be like, he'd be having so much fun with it.
Yeah.
And I just think that would be great because you'd see Goku and everybody trying, and then you just see Beerus just. He'd only probably do it once just to show that he could. Yeah. So he'd
Yeah.
just go
Just to
full
show
like,
off.
oh yeah, just full Master Ultra Instinct just to show that he's been training and that he can actually finally access it at
Mm.
will, just to show that I am a god of destruction, okay? You cannot reach my level, okay?
Yeah.
When I want to, this is how good I can be. There is a reason I am on this level, okay? There's a reason I was chosen to do this job, okay? Know your place, okay? Just because you stay and think you're strong and everything like that, you can't just train for a little while with my angel and think you can catch me, okay? No, right? So he puts them in their place, he puts them down, and then he just goes and has himself a Sunday and a nap. And I just think that would be so cool seeing that. I think that would
Yeah.
just be amazing. And then it would put to bed also all these discussions about people saying that like, oh, now Goku's as strong as Beerus and everything like that.
Mm.
Because there's so many people that think like they're all as strong as Beerus and everything now and everything. And I just think it would be so cool for just Beerus just to show that he's Beerus.
Yeah.
There's a reason he's who he is.
Mm.
Because they kind of have diminished Gods of Destruction since the Tournament of Power by
Yeah.
stating something so openly that there's a fighter who's on par of Gods of Destruction. They've took a lot away from Gods of Destruction by saying something so brazen as that.
Mm.
Because now it's like, oh well, there was a fighter, aka Jiren, who's as strong as a God of Destruction. Oh well, they beat Jiren, so that means that like Goku and that must be as strong as Gods of Destruction.
Mm.
So I would love to see somebody like Beerus who can just be like, right, well, when I want to, I can flex, and he can. Because I know in the manga that he accessed Ultra Instinct partially, and he took on multiple Gods of Destruction for a little while, but he only partially accessed it,
Mm.
and he did get overwhelmed eventually because he couldn't do it properly. So obviously he's got some partial. So if he worked on it, he could do it. So I think it would be very cool for him to just be like, actually, look what I've been doing.
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome for him to do that. To just be
No.
able to check on. Plus, I think it would look. I imagine it would look like the aura and everything would look really cool on him. Because obviously his hair's not going to go silver, so everything the aura would look very different on him.
Yeah.
I think that would just be awesome. to just see him actually fully flex, because I love seeing Beerus flex. It's one of the best things ever.
Yeah, that's a solid pick, to be honest. I wasn't thinking Beerus,
Yeah.
but yeah, it makes
I'm just
sense.
thinking that the obvious choices like Goku and Vegeta, it's like, been there, done that.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
I just think a totally different one would be great.
yeah. I wasn't thinking Vegeta or Goku either, just because they're always the mains. They always get new forms constantly, pretty much.
Yeah.
Um,
I think we need to start looking out the box,
hmm.
definitely, but to keep things interesting.
Yeah, so I had a few backup picks, to be honest. My first one that came to mind was Kaba, because I feel like after the Tournament of Power, we will get more story at some point where Vegeta goes to visit Kaba, and there's a solid chance that they'll do some training together, and there's a solid chance that Kaba will get to that next level, because he hasn't really done much so far. You know, he can hit Super Saiyan, but apart from that, that's kind of it. So
Maybe Vegeta shows him how to do it.
I think even go one level further and give him Red God, because we know that all they need is 5 Saiyans to come together, unleash it, and since their planet hasn't been wiped out in Kaba's universe, at least anyway, there are Saiyans everywhere. They can
Yeah.
easily get 5 Saiyans together and go, right, link arms. This is a new form. This will do you well, and he unlocks Red God, Kaba. I think that would be cool to see.
It's a weird power hype when you think about it, when they, like, Super Saiyan was locked away forever. When
Mm.
it's like, well, 5 Saiyans could have held hands at any point and became gods instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's never happened ever on their planet. 5 people
Yeah,
holding
apparently
hands.
not. Especially when they're all friends and stuff. But
Yeah.
whatever. Um, but I mean, yeah, I mean, there are other options, and I think it's more interesting to go outside the box.
Mm,
Like, I think Rage Broly. I think your pick is inevitable.
mm,
Um, Maybe not obviously in the way you've said, but controlled fury is going to be a thing
mm.
in the anime,
Yeah.
because they're not going to not fight with him.
Hmm.
He needs to be a fighter.
Yeah.
That's Whis' job.
Hmm.
So he's going to be one. So yours is more an inevitability than anything else, I would say.
Yeah.
It's just when they decide to bring it in.
Hmm.
I don't think they'll bring it in immediately, because I think they'll use him getting angry for plot
Yeah.
for a bit first.
Yeah. Me too.
But I think yours is inevitable eventually, because they'll get bored of using it, or they'll assume that the audience will get bored of seeing him get angry, and they'll want to see him involved in fights.
Yeah.
Mine, I just cool. If it would look cool if they did it, just as a little, like, I think it would just be more of a filler flex, because we'll never see him fight again. I don't think Beerus. I think it'll just be a tease that they'll always do,
Mm,
because they could never really. I don't think they could ever really go one on toe to toe again.
mhm.
Goku and Beerus. I don't think it'll ever happen again.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, similar with Broly as well. Instead of Rage Broly, they could easily just make him Blue God. Why not? Like Vegeta
Mhm.
and Goku are on that level, and if Broly is training with them full time now on Beerus's planet, there's no reason to say that he couldn't also get that form, which would be
I think they're
interesting
just
to see.
afraid to give it to him. But then again, he has to be able to control it to be able to focus to get the form.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the controlled rage
Control
would
himself
happen
to
first.
focus. Yeah, if he can't control himself to focus,
Hmm.
then he's not going to be able to do it. So he needs
Yeah,
to control his mind first.
yeah. I did have one other backup option as well, which is Frieza. And this is just because, he has went golden. He's had the golden form for a while now. He came back Resurrection F, showing off that form. He had it throughout the Tournament of Power. He had it in the Broly film where he got battered by Broly and kind of just disappeared into the night again. So I think this is his time to retreat and
And that was
grow.
over 4 months, so he could easily improve it.
Yeah, because didn't he say you only trained for like 3 months to get Golden Frieza?
Yeah, like three.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I think after getting battered by Broly, he realizes, wow, okay, these monkeys are getting strong now. I need to train even harder. So he's gonna go away and train for what? Maybe a year. Maybe we don't see him for a whole year. Maybe he trains that long, and he unlocks an even stronger form since Frieza seemingly just has unlimited power as long as he trains. Similar to Gohan, everyone thinks, oh, if Gohan trains, he'll be the strongest guy. Frieza's also got the same trajectory, really, where if he just trains, he gets stronger and stronger. So, yeah, I could see Frieza getting another form. That'll make his, like, what, sixth form or something like that? But, you know, I think we could see it. To make Frieza an actual threat again down the line, it could happen.
I could see like a cooler type one.
Yeah.
Quite like the bigger version of cooler. That would be quite cool.
Yeah, I could see that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I do like the big cooler design. I like
me
that.
Too.
Obviously, I'm not used to big Freezer anymore.
Hmm.
I think kind of like they've adapted to the skinny version of Freezer these days. I think people prefer it, but
Yeah.
I think it could be interesting mix up.
Yeah.
Change it up just for like a battle mode, and then he drops back down to do his mocking.
Yeah, I could see it though. I could definitely see Frieza getting a new form just so that he's relevant again. Because if he stays on that golden Frieza level, you know, we already seen him get beat by Broly pretty easily. And, you know, Goku is now Ultra Instinct. Vegeta will get Ultra Ego at some point, probably, in the anime when it comes back. Gohan now has Beast form, Piccolo has Orange form. It's like Frieza's kind of being left behind a bit now. And yes, Frieza is strong, but is Golden Frieza on level with all of these people now? Maybe he's fell behind a little bit. So I could definitely see him growing.
Yeah, I think he's not an antagonist anymore.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
he hasn't been since the Frieza. So even Resurrection F, he was not a main threat, really. Kind of.
Yeah, I think the thing is, but he can't be considered because if he did show up and say like I'm here as the bad guys, it's like if when 5 people can look at you and just say we could literally all deal with you if we wanted to.
Yeah,
like it's not an engaging story. When you need the hero to deal with the main bad guy, that's an engaging story. When you've got 5 people who could say I could kill you, it's not an engaging story. Because it's like, oh no, they've killed our main character. Then it's like, it's okay. There are literally 4 of us that could do it. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I mentioned this a few podcasts ago now. I said if they brought Frieza back properly, this is a perfect chance to bring in Cooler as well. And have Cooler, like this is what I said. I said they should tease Cooler being the main big bad, and then Frieza just cuts him down last minute and be like, nope, you thought Cooler was strong. Well, guess what, bitches? I'm here. I'm strong. And I've got this new form. And yeah, why not? Do it like that. But yeah, those are some backup options anyway. The 2 main picks for the Hall of Fame is Controlled Fury Broly and Mastered Ultra Instinct Beerus. Yep. Those are the 2 forms for the Hall of Fame this week. If you want to vote, we have links in the description for our social medias. Go vote in the polls, and we'll find out next episode who enters the Hall of Fame. But for now, let's move on to the hot take.
Let's go.